A shout out to our podcast sponsor, sportsponsorship.co.uk. If you or your business are interested in making a real difference to the Scottish game, supporting hundreds of kids into regular football, get in touch with sportsponsorship.co.uk and they'll find the right fit for your brand. Hello and welcome to Tinpot, Scottish Football Podcast, with a bit of an alternative view. My name's Tom, your host for the next half an hour, and I'm joined by just one guest this week, which is Matthew.
Hello.
Andrew being busy, so yeah, it's our first recording as a two. So apologies if you have tuned in to listen to Andrew's dulcet tones, but you're stuck with me and Matt for the next wee while. Coming up in this episode, it's moving away from international duty back to domestic stuff, and because there's been no league games, we're focusing on the KDM Evolution Trophy, or the Challenge Cup, as us laymen know it. We're also going to give a preview of a couple of fixtures for the league games this weekend, and finish off with a quiz game, as we always do. And because it's our Tinpot on Tour series, this is episode 7 of that sort of shorter series. It will be a nice short half-an-hour episode, hopefully, between Matt and I. If we can keep it to that.
No inane ramblings of a Rangers fan today, so we'll be alright.
Yeah, no mention of Slippy G or Muscat.
Danny Roll. Give it to Barney for a few months. Oh wait, Muscat's contract doesn't expire till November. Oh, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, no chat about Stephen Robinson for a change.
Fuck me, Stephen Robinson, man. Sorry, Andrew, but Robinson. It would be unbelievable if Rangers appointed the same manager. I'm sorry. Just
it's never going to happen.
No, he's clearly a good manager. The look is so small time, like, to employ the same manager.
It would piss off the fans to hire him more than I think hiring Danny Roll.
Clearly, he's a good manager, and
weird,
a good manager, which is what they keep fucking whittling on about, because all the players are so poisonous apparently. But you can't jump from St Mirren to Rangers in Scottish football, which just doesn't happen. Like, doesn't happen.
Look at us, we've said that we're going to have a nice short episode, half an hour, all about the KDM Trophy.
Andrew, that isn't
and now we've gone into Rangers chat when he's not even here.
Andrew, if you're listening, mate, write in, leave a comment, Andrew. Any other Rangers fans, don't bother commenting on this episode.
Get out now.
Unless you support Rangers B, of course.
Yeah, exactly. They can have a voice. What's been happening for you the last couple of days?
Oh, mate, just absolutely high on Tim Hortons, man. Like, I'm having an absolute...
Another Too Good To Go bag, was it?
Oh, mate, this is the greatest Too Good To Go bag I've ever had in my life. So, we signed up for it again, because, like, fuck it, let's just eat some donuts, because why not? So, it's supposed to be between 8:30 and 9, when they shut, but then got a notification saying that I need to get it between 6:30 and 7, so I was like, alright. So I rock up to the shop at like 7:10, because I hadn't noticed it. There's a sign on the door saying, oh, unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances, we have to close. So I was like, oh, for God's sakes. I see this woman sort of in the shop, like, just like a staff member potting about. So I show her my phone, and she says, come in. So she's got like one box of Timbits left for me, and she's like, oh, we had to close early for like some staff problems. And I was like, right, cool. And then taking the box, and she's like, oh, do you want any more stuff? And then she had like a tray of like 10 donuts and like hundreds of Timbits. And I was like, yeah, right. So she proceeds to just pack like all the donuts and like another 50 Timbits in this big box, and I just like take it home with me. So
oh boy.
Last night and today and tonight I've just been eating Tim Hortons, like, so I feel very sick. But
gonna be going back to Matt of about 10 years ago.
Oh mate, that was so
We're
so
not
good.
Careful.
The thing with Tim Hortons is just so like mapley, syrupy, sweet. You know, it's so sickly. Like, and obviously donuts are quite
yeah, they're
sickly
just fat and sugar, really, aren't they? That's all it is.
But Tim Hortons obviously is Canadian, eh? So they've got like maple syrup and like a lot of their stuff. So like, oh man. So yeah, it was good. I went for a run as well, but I felt still bad. Like when I went.
All about that balance, mate. That's it.
So yeah, that was my highlight of my life, I think. When she said, "Do you want any more?" I was like, "Do I?" Do I? She said, "Do you?" I said,
"The Jess." Jess from Peep Show.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. So thank you to the staff member who couldn't work and they had to shut early, and I was the lucky last one. If I had come in before, I wouldn't have got them, but because she was like, right, I need to go and take all these donuts, I was like, can I have some juice as well? And she was, nah, that's not part of the deal.
That's the way the universe works, mate. You've obviously had some good karma.
Yeah, but apart from that, it was my son's second birthday today, so he's been running wild.
The big
Got a lot
0-2.
of toys. 0-2. The 0-2.
Did he get any of the Timbits or the donuts?
He's not a fan of Tim Hortons, that's for sure. I know.
Hey?
I gave him like a chocolate Timbit and he just like bleh, bleh, spat it out and just like, and he licked the icing off one of them and doesn't like the dough. And
Not
then,
a bad thing, to be fair, if he's preferring
No.
like apples to
Yeah.
that.
he wasn't really fussed about his birthday cake either. So I think he's just
All
like,
the more for you.
he likes chocolate and like stuff like that, but we don't give him that obviously. So he had a banana because we're good parents.
You are the fantastic parents, and I'll get to see the parenting in first hand this
Jesus
Saturday
Christ.
at the big birthday
Yeah.
party. Looking forward to that. That'll be good. We'll have a review of the birthday party. I can interview you again like a football manager come the Monday record
Yep.
and
stressed
ask you all the
out on that.
important questions.
Need to make
You're
sandwiches.
stressed.
Well, nah. But a little bit. Magda's sort of handling the brunt of the organisation as per. We're having a bit of an issue with the soft play, but hopefully it's going to arrive. And I need to make food in the morning. And yeah, seems like a rather pointless thing to have a birthday party for a 2-year-old. But there you go. He'll enjoy it.
You'll see the photos when he's older. He'll maybe not remember being there, obviously, but he'll see the photos.
Yeah, he'll have a good time. It'll be fun.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Nice to get all the family together and stuff as well. That's
exactly,
important.
the kids don't give a shit really like what there is, so they'll enjoy whatever sort of stuff there, even if it's just things that we have in our house, in a different
Yeah, exactly.
setting. Be Ogilmill, there will be a soft play.
And your house is going to be littered with loads and loads of toys after it as well.
Yeah,
Gonna have to find space.
I've already got off my mind like the 3 or 4 presents he's gotten today. Like the space is ridiculous. Like this massive like Hot Wheels thing, which is really pretty cool. But it's like takes up half the room, and this big ramp for cars. Man, the guy's car daft. Typical.
I'll try
boy.
and get you the loudest, like most obnoxious toy ever that he loves. Just keeps hitting the button and squeaks different noises all day.
I'd hope you would have
just-
purchased your present already, but I guess you're a last minute man, are you?
I'll be honest. There's been 3 or 4 in the sort of short list, and every time I'm a thinker. A lot of thought goes into
No,
it.
he's just
There'll
making sure
be
he gets the right gift,
exactly, yeah.
which will be
there'll
thrown
one
away
on
after
Saturday,
1
but-
second of getting it.
Mate, he's my only nephew, so it's one of few.
Better get him a good gift then, or he'll disown you.
Exactly. It's just the noisiest one just to piss you off. But yeah,
Great, thanks.
looking forward to that. That'll be Saturday.
Yeah,
And at the same time as on Saturday, I will be there. I'll be there in body and in mind. I'll be fully invested, but there'll be a sneaking away to the corner to check the score of the United Rangers game that's kicking off at 3 p.m.
Lucky for me, the Rovers are playing Friday night, so no
yeah,
conflict.
you got that. BBC Scotland, is it? Or
That's right, mate.
Alba? Yeah, BBC
Friday night
Scotland.
with Scotland.
Is that your preview match for tonight's episode?
That is, yeah, of course, the Fife.
Then we
Big
shan't
lead army.
we shan't dive in too much just now. We'll come to that in a wee bit
That's right.
of time. But let's move on to some Scottish football chat. The KDM Trophy, or KDM Evolution Trophy, the Challenge Cup has. Is it ended? Is the league phase ended now? Is that right? Or is it still
I
ongoing?
think they have 6. Is it 6 games like the
There's
Champions?
5 games have been played. Is it
Is it
6
5?
they play in total?
Mate, I can
Because
even tell you.
they've all the teams in the top 8 have a Q next to their name, which tells me they've qualified.
I tried to watch the sort of video they did about the draw, like when it first came out, and I watched like 10 seconds. I said, I've got more important things in my life than to watch the 6-month
Yeah, it's
preview
so
video for the
confusing.
Challenge Cup. Like
It's a football tournament. It's not like
they're playing on the 11th of the 11th, so next month's the last game. Yeah, 6 rounds. Thanks, phone.
so. There's loads of teams have already qualified though, because on the table when I looked at it, there was at least 8 teams that had a Q next to their
There's
name.
like a 22. I'm assuming it's kind of like similar to the Champions League, right? So no, it says the top. Oh, I don't even fucking care.
Probably a good time to just caveat how little we know about the KDM Evolution Trophy, and we're meant to be a podcast that's speaking all about it in this episode. We don't even know what the format is. It's quite bad.
Yeah, we're mostly talking about the introduction of the. Or I don't know if they've been there, but the sort of failure of the B teams, sort of introduction.
Yeah, so just to set the scene a wee bit, there's 10 Premiership B teams that have been in the tournament this year, and 8 of those 10 are currently in the bottom 8, and the other 2 are in, ninth bottom and 11th bottom or something like that. Right down the foot of the table. Celtic doing the best of the lot, I think.
Yes,
5 of the teams as well have gone without a win so far in the 5 games that they've played. It's been an absolute car crash. So I think that is the debate or the discussion for this week: is including them in the tournament the right thing to do? There was chat a few years ago about Rangers, especially, were trying to introduce B teams into the lower leagues and allow them to compete and try and actually work their way into the League 2 if they can. So what's your take on B teams generally? Like, should they be a thing? Just give us your hot takes.
I mean, I think that certainly the evidence shows that they can't compete with even the poorest teams in the football league pyramid. Obviously, you've got B teams in like the Lowland League. Celtic, Hearts are in the Lowland League. Celtic mid-table, Hearts third from bottom. So for me, I don't see the benefit of it in terms of improving the young players, because if you're good enough to be a young player, you're playing for the first team, you win with the first team players. So So who's going to be in this B team that's really going to see a pathway through? Because clearly if you're in the B team, you're not going to realistically be in with a serious chance. Maybe if you're really young, but if you're at a good age, like 18, 19, you should really be in with the first team. I think that's the way it should be. I don't think that they've really... What's the point in getting battered by like fucking Elgin City, how's that going to improve the players? And clearly there's a trend in some teams in Scotland to not to even bother with young Scottish players, maybe to fill their bench. Some teams are better than others, but I mean, if you're playing for Celtic B in the Challenge Cup, I mean, you're never going to play for the first team. Like, so where are you going to be?
A lot of these B team players as well now, with the sort of partnership agreements that they have, a lot of your good B team players are going out on loan to the likes of Elgin or Raith Rovers or whoever it might be. So if that's a player that's on the cusp and they're able to play at the Championship, for example, Rangers player goes to Rovers, they might then the year after break through into the first team at Rangers be on the bench. But if you're not even getting the loan move to a team like that and you're sat in the B team, what's the point?
I know. I mean, the one thing you can say is they're going to get 6 games, so they're going to play 6 games. But then you've got games where they're playing each other. Like, the draw was made in a certain way that they, like, I think, certainly some of them have played. So what's the point in that? But you're going to at least get some 4, 5, 6 games against professional teams per competition. And if you qualify or you get to the playoff round, you might get more. But they clearly can't compete. They're nowhere near... some of these teams, like, they're getting pumped off fucking shite. They're like, Inverness beat Dundee B 6-0. Like, they lost 4-1 to Forfar. They lost 5-2 to Montrose. That's Dundee, who have a great record of bringing through young players because they put their young players in the first team. Lyle Cameron, Robertson, Mulligan, they play their young players, and that's why they develop into like professionals that get better moves. You're not gonna. And
Celtic, of all the teams as well, they have no excuse, because if you're a Dundee and you're, say, battling relegation or you're down the bottom end of the table, you might not want to take a risk on a 17, 18-year-old to play a game. But Celtic, who cruise games, like for example at home to Livingston, Ross County, these types of teams that over the years when they're already 12 points clear in the league, go and play when you've got a European game coming up the next week and they claim that there's too many fixtures and they're fatigued. Go and play a lot of your youth players, because if you do end up getting beat, you've got a hybrid there of training with the first team and playing a first team game.
I know.
You can almost afford to slip up, but
they should at least be bringing through 1 or 2 per season. I mean, obviously Colby Donovan's playing this season. He looks pretty tasty. But again, he was only in... I guess he's forced his way in because...
Just because
injury obviously helps, but I mean, he's come in and he's sort of really impressed in his time in that. And was that by luck that he's in the team then, obviously, because injuries? Would you have seen the first team if Celtic had a couple of fit right backs or a better option than Tony Ralston as second choice? I don't know. But some of the results are just like ridiculous. You've got Clyde battering Motherwell B 4-0. This is a Clyde team that have been hovering around the bottom of League 2 for years, beating Motherwell B 4-0. Stranraer beat them 3-0. Like Stranraer, like one of the worst teams in like the league system. St Dennismuir 4-0. They've been absolutely battered. This Motherwell team. So what good is that doing to A, their self-esteem, or B, their development? Because they're not going to learn anything other than how to get smashed by a big fucking builder, you know.
So what do you think the solution is for these players who clearly have been brought through a Celtic academy from a young age potentially? Then at that age they're in a B team. They're not good enough for the first team. And a club like, say, I don't know, Queen's Park or Alloa, for example, they're not going to go out and spend money on these players. They're going to wait for them to come on a free. Celtic won't want to do that in case there is a potential future transfer fee involved for them. Like, what's the solution? Because there clearly is no middle ground, I don't think.
I know. I mean, clearly it's not been a success in terms of performance. Maybe it'll benefit them in another way that we don't see. So, I mean, in that sense, let them be in the cup, because obviously it's not harming anyone that they're in it. Potentially they might be sad that they're getting battered and be like, what's the point in this? I mean, there's
the
so
harm
many...
is those players aren't playing. Like if those players had been with not a youth setup at like a lower league team, but if they'd been in around that lower league team,
you need money, and you need to invest some money from the top to allow the smaller teams to have academies or to have the option to.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But when Henry was on, remember that was episode 6 or something. That's months ago now. He was saying that there's so few track records of players coming through lower league teams' academies and actually making it. Because the academies don't have the financial investment to produce better talent, so they have to go to a big team like a Rangers or Celtic. They're not going to get first team games. They have to go out on loan occasionally to different clubs and not get the game time, not regularly. Like, so wave a magic wand, these other lower clubs have more money to invest in their academies, invest in staff and facilities, and to play first team games at a lower level against men in proper football. But that one's never going to get waved, is it?
I know. I mean, this debate's been raging for a long time in Scottish football. You're talking about development of young players, and you do worry about the next generation coming through. I mean, I don't know much about the under-21s. I mean, they're doing okay, but I mean, Scott Gemmell's been the manager for a long time, and they consistently not qualified for major tournaments. So I don't know what the future holds for young players in Scotland.
It always feels like that. Look at the current crop, the current first team for Scotland. There was never a time where you were looking at the under-21s and thinking,
they sort of skip
all these players coming through.
Yeah,
they tend to skip it. They come in at early 20s.
Yeah,
I mean, Billy Gilmore was the youngest one that's probably broke through before Gannon Doak came in. But before that, there's not been like this. I mean, Kieran Tierney was at Celtic, but he was getting first team games at Celtic from 17?
Yeah.
John Suter was 16 at United when he broke through. But again, he's only been a first team regular recently due to injury.
Yeah, and other players from down south, Grant Hanley went down to England, played in England youth setup. Came through at Blackburn.
Because that's the thing, if you do go down there very young, their academies, their youth setup is going to be far better funded, even in like League One, than it is going to be up here in the Championship or even
Wales,
some of the parts of the Premiership.
He's gone to the Championship in Swansea. I mean, he's going to really flourish at them. I think they give opportunities to young players. You get Fletcher Boyd went to Aston Villa. Again, these players are standout players who played some minutes for the first team. And I mean, Bobby Wales played a lot of minutes. I think Boyd had a few appearances for Aberdeen. So as I say,
you also stand up and listen when you see those players getting minutes down there. You stand up and watch as well, because it's like shit, they're at Villa or whatever team, they're getting a chance. Whereas if they start getting the odd chance for a Motherwell, it's like the difference is vast.
Unless you're a Lennon Miller or a David Turnbull, which are exception. Poor Turnbull, man, he should never gone to Celtic, man. Fucking.
It's happened too often, isn't it? Where a successful player at another team goes to the old firm and just gets
Lyle Cameron, mate, never see you again, son, wherever you are. Lyle, thinking about you, mate. Where is he? Is he injured or what? He's just never seen it again, man.
Yeah, how many games has he played?
He had like a brief spell where he was doing okay. Like, he got some games, but that was when Russell Martin was like still tinkering with his midfield. I mean, he's a great player. Like, he was flourishing for a Dundee team that were mid to bottom half. Or
Cameron, he's had 3 Premiership appearances for Rangers, a total of 173 minutes. He played 1 full game against St Mirren in a 1-1 draw. He's injured just now, apparently.
Injured. He's good.
Or he was injured. He was on the bench against Falkirk in the 1-1 draw before Martin went. So I'm assuming he'll be back after the international break.
Good player. Just don't want to see him slip into nothingness. It's kind of like it's the dream of the big move, I suppose. You can't sometimes turn it down, but did he really think?
It's financial as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have to look at the money. Like, these people are human. It's not like you're moving from Man City on 300 grand a week to Saudi for 500 grand a week. Like, he's almost be 5 times his income, maybe more, moving to Rangers. I don't know, 10 times. But yeah, you can't really blame him.
Back to the Challenge Cup. I think we can both agree that the B teams there's no way they're gonna get better. You're looking at some of the standard of football in League Two, and it's pretty poor. And then you can just imagine. I don't really know if that's the case, but you'd imagine some of the players in the B teams are getting taught this sort of tippy tappy football that the old school men seem to hate. The sort of new way of playing. So they can just see that them getting absolutely battered. When it comes to direct football from the also going to be just if it's really young players, there's a lot too small, too weak.
Oh yeah, they'll almost all be under the age of 20.
Playing with their peers,
physically not established. But I think I don't see what's wrong with a Challenge Cup that is just the 30 teams that make up the Championship, League 1 and League 2.
Yeah, no, they did that sort of nonsense where you played with Ireland and Wales, and then you ended up losing money because you had to pay your own fares to get to.
So yeah, scrap that. Scrap anything from the Premiership, because they compete in the League Cup with us anyway.
Should we bring in the Highland and the Lowland League as well? Make it expand
I think
those leagues, or
if it was a Scottish Cup format, I'd be for that, because they could have. They can afford to go on a one-off away trip to somewhere the other side of the country on a one-off. But if it was a league phase where they've got 6 games, that could be 3 of them, midweek travel, or it's too much. I just don't see what you could have. Maybe the top 6 from the Highland, top 6 from the Lowland, and the 30 from the lower leagues in Scotland, Championship, League 1, League 2. But just completely forget about the Premiership and the B teams. B teams in themselves, that whole thing needs a shake up. If anyone in the comments has got answers to any of what we're discussing, please let us know, because we're scratching our heads. We're a bit lost. And so was Henry, I think, to be fair, when you asked him the question of what would you do?
I know.
No one's got the perfect answer, because you've got an ideology, but you can't bring it to fruition without the money there, and no one's willing to invest.
I know.
It is what it is. But such is life for these shorter episodes, that we're going to have to sort of nip that in the bud this week. KDM Evolution or Challenge Cup chat. Feels like we've not really dived into as much detail as we would like, but hey-ho.
Inverness won other games. Stensmere won other games. Montrose won other games. Yeah.
Montrose have they?
Yeah, Montrose 15.
I suppose, if you're a team like that, if you're a team like Montrose, why would you prioritise winning that trophy? Is the financial reward enough? I don't really understand. I suppose for the fans, it's more like having silverware at that level.
I think they've really improved the budget of the prize money, so you're getting some decent money.
So it is worthwhile, yeah.
Potentially, it better not be a case of, you see in England sometimes where they play their weekend team in the EFL trophy or whatever, it's kind of makes the whole thing pointless. So it seems like they're...
It's clear that those teams like Cove obviously battered United's B team 5-1. Montrose have had some good results, so it's clear that they're not playing their B teams. They're playing their first team players, which is good, because that's what you need. But
I love the Challenge Cup though. So Rovers have won it twice since.
You've had good memories.
Yeah, saw them beat Rangers. Ibrox was great. And it's a great opportunity for teams like the Rovers, who are never going to really get to a cup final in League Cup.
That's kind of my point.
Yeah, exactly. It's
about winning that trophy. So Rangers won it, United have won it when they've been down there, and they didn't give a shit, really. Yeah. It's like you want to win it because you're in it, but you don't really want to be in it in the first place. Whereas for teams like Rovers and Queen's Park or Broth, whoever else, you're always going to be in that trophy more or less. So you got to give yourself the best chance of winning it.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for some silverware, which is always nice. But yeah, there we go.
There we go indeed. Right, on to preview time. Previewing, we've got a fixture each. Normally Andrew would get involved with this, but like I say, he's not here. And I didn't actually ask him for his prediction. I could have. I'll tell you what I might do. I'll get him to send it in a voice note. I'll try and crop it into the edit. So hopefully we can all compete for the spoils. But I'm doing a League One, you're doing a Championship. Do you want me to kick off with my preview and then you can go into the Championship?
Go for it.
So I took a look this week at what I think is quite a tasty fixture between Alloa and East Fife. It's 4th v 5th in League One. And the table there is unbelievably tight. There's only 4 points separating 1st and 7th. So, anyone can beat anyone at that in that division. Alloa's recent form has left a lot to be desired, though, with just one win in the last 5 league games. They're struggling for goals. They got Calvin Orsi in from, was it Dumbarton, I think? He's not scored in any of his 9 league appearances this year. And Connor Salmon, who's now 38, is also goalless, despite most of his appearances coming from the bench. Their defensive record for Alloa, though, is very good. They've only conceded more than once in a match on one occasion. So, they've only conceded seven all season so far in the league. East Fife, though, much more steady form under Dick Campbell. Only one defeat in their last 7 games. And I think that's a result of sort of bolstering their squad in the summer. They got 5 loan signings from, I think 4 of them were from the Premiership and 1 of them is from the Championship. So, pretty solid. And their forwards as well have been finding goals. They've not really had an issue scoring goals, but they've only kept 1 clean sheet all season so far, which is a bit of an issue in that league. But, 4th v 5th, like I say, very, very tight at the top. On paper, Alloa should have enough to win that game, if you look at the squads side by side, but I think Dick Campbell and his experience in the Championship with Arbroath and obviously in League One when he was with them for a long time, and just generally, he's got the sort of know-how to get a result in those types of away games. The fact that they don't concede a lot of goals, Alloa, the fact that East Fife always score, I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I'll sit on the fence.
Great.
So Alloa 1, East Fife 1. I think a draw is a risky prediction when you're looking for points yourself, because the odds say that it's going to be a win either way.
The odds do. Yeah, you don't really put draws on, do you?
No, you never do that on your accumulator. But 1-1. What's your game, your preview, and your prediction?
Sorry, just feel like Tim Hortons, mate. It's coming back on me.
Just belching down the microphone for all of our listeners. Thanks for
Tim
that.
Hortons. I'm going on Dunfermline versus Raith at East End Park. Massive game for both teams. I previewed Dunfermline, I think, the last time, and they drew 0-0, so they haven't won in 4, 3 defeats and a draw. Raith have lost their last 2 games 2-0 away to Ross County, which was an unfair defeat. I think we were the better team and deserved more from that, but then I think we were pretty poor against Ayr at home, giving away stupid goals and it's not really clicking. Fife Derby tends to favour the home team. Both teams won their home games last season, and Raith obviously won 2-0 in this one. It's difficult to predict with the Rovers. They scored 10
Is
goals.
it going to be biased, or
They've played 10 games, they've scored 10 goals, they've conceded 10 goals, they've got 14 points. I mean, I can't see them getting dragged down. You want to be looking up, obviously. I think getting goals is a difficult one. He's tried a few different variations up front. Hamilton, McMullen, Dylan Easton. He's got a boy for Rangers in Seal. Not really had a look in. Another striker, I think Gentles as well from Rangers. He sticks with the back 3, or he maybe moves to the back 4, but we're pretty solid. We play 2 defensive midfielders. I'd like to see him maybe take the handbrake off a wee bit, and try and maybe change it up. I think Richard Chin will be back for international duty, so he should hopefully play. He's quite an exciting winger, a bit erratic, but does offer a bit of a spark. And obviously Dylan Easton's gone off the boil a wee bit in terms of goals. Dunfermline again, they're similar to the Rovers. They've got quite a young team who's quite inconsistent, sprinkled with big money signings from their American owner.
based on the goal stats you give for the Rovers, it stinks of another draw. But
I know Dunfermline don't score much either, so it could be a 0-0, one of those sort of Harem-Tarum Fife derbies where the ball's in the air half the time. I know Raith like to
But
play direct. They certainly did that against Dunfermline at Starks Park, but away Dunfermline have been pretty poor last season anyway. I'm going 2-1 Rovers.
No, it's so biased. He's so bad.
I can't pick a Dunfermline victory and I can't pick a draw like you.
The first away win in the Fife Derby since 1906.
Yeah, exactly. Since we're World War One.
2-1 Rovers, fair enough. Well, yeah, at this point, I will cut to Andrew, who's going to send me a voice note. I'll try and crop that into the edit. So, Andrew, over to you.
So, firstly, I'm going to apologise for recording this whilst I am walking the dog. It is 11 o'clock at night. Just got back from Glasgow City's European tie, which they won in the 92nd minute. Absolute drama. 5-3 scoreline. It was incredible. Off to a really bad start, conceding after 2 minutes, and then just kept fighting back. Really, really impressive. So, yeah, what a night. But I am creme cracked. Still have to finish a dog walk, do the bins, because it's bin day in the morning for me, and take all the washing in. So, if Tinpot think they're going to get a properly recorded prediction for the weekend, they can shove it up the butt. This weekend, I am going for Rangers versus Dundee United. I'm going to go for a score prediction of Rangers 1, Dundee United 2. I feel that Rangers will show a little bit more heart and fight than they have done recently, but I just think that Jim Goodwin will have the better of interim boss or caretaker Stephen Smith. I also feel that this is the prime opportunity to put Rangers season to bed domestically in the league anyway, so I do think that Jim Goodwin will be the man to do that. So yes, I'm going for a United win at Ibrox. Let's see.
And now we're back from Andrew. Hopefully I've been able to
Good
edit
stuff,
that
Andrew,
correctly.
mate. Cheers for that.
Terrible prediction, wasn't it? I mean,
Classic
why pick that
Andrew.
game to start with? And yeah, it's just classic Andrew, isn't it?
He's a mug.
Oh, honestly. Right, on to our quiz, and it's just you, Matthew. It's not you against anyone. It's just I've got a question for you, and I need you to answer it. It's as simple as: Can you name the last 10 winners of the Challenge Cup? And when a team's won it twice, that only counts once. So,
Oh, I think we've determined the fact that we're not about the Challenge Cup. Okay,
I'll give you 12 guesses, so you can get one wrong.
I can't even tell you who won it last season. Who won it last season? Okay, Livingston won it last season.
Correct. Livy is one of the answers, and they won it last year. 5-0 against Queen's Park.
Season before last.
You don't need to do it in order. You can
Okay,
just give
Raith
me names.
Rovers.
Give me names that have won it. Yep, Raith twice in that time. Once against Rangers and once against Queen of the South. in a
Ross
3-1
County.
win. Ross County, also correct. Yep, they beat Connors Quay 3-1.
Who was the Welsh team? Was it TNS? Did they win at TNS?
TNS is your first and only incorrect guess. They got beat in the final by a team that I won't mention.
There's no. Oh, they did. They got to the final. That's right, and they lost to Airdrie.
Correct. Yep, that's you got 4.
I thought
You
a
can't
team.
Get any more wrong though, just as
You
a
said
reminder.
12 guesses. You give me 12 guesses.
Yeah, so you can get one wrong.
There's 11. You said 10 winners.
So 10 winners,
Yeah.
and if you have 12 guesses, that means you're allowed to get one wrong. No?
2 wrong.
Oh, yeah, well, okay, 2 wrong then. Fine.
Queen of the South.
Correct.
How
You
far
won't get any
back?
bonus points, but tell me who they beat.
Partick Thistle.
Correct.
Let's go Dundee
It was on
United.
penalties. Dundee United. Correct. Yep. They also they beat St Mirren in 2017.
Rangers.
Correct. Who did they beat?
Peterhead 4-0, was it?
Yes, well done.
At Ibrox. No, at Hampden, sorry. Embarrassing.
Hampden, yeah.
Yeah, like 95% full Rangers fans. And a few Peterhead boys.
So you've got 7 so far. You've got 3 more to get, and you've got 1 mistake to make.
Hamilton.
Dead air for the listeners. Always gone Hamilton, and he's correct. Who did they beat?
Raith.
Yeah, well done.
I was there.
1-0 in 2023. 2 more to get. So far, you've named Livingston, Airdrieonians, Hamilton, Raith Rovers, Ross County, Dundee United, Rangers, and Queen of the South.
St Mirren.
St Mirren is your second life lost. They've not won it in the last 10 years.
I didn't think so. Inverness.
Correct, yep. This is down to the wire now. Inverness won in 2018, beating Dumbarton 1-0 in the final. Your final one to get.
One more to get, and one I can't get it wrong. This is it. It's the last guess.
Can't get it wrong, yeah. This comes down to the wire.
I'll either get it or I won't.
I'll take it as a house victory if you lose.
Okay.
So I'll give you a reminder of who you've named, just to try and help you whittle it down.
Thanks.
Livingston, Airdrieonians, Hamilton, Raith Rovers, Ross County, Inverness, Dundee United, Rangers, Queen of the South, and you've incorrectly guessed St Mirren and TNS.
Falkirk.
He's done it!
Come on!
That's incredible for someone who says he doesn't know a lot about the Challenge Cup.
Not the nonsense new format, mate. I'm an old school man.
Well done, mate. That was. Do you want to guess the final? Falkirk versus who? In what year?
Give me the year.
And what was the score?
Give me the year and I'll try and guess the final.
2011-12.
They beat St Mirren.
No, it was Hamilton 1-0.
1-0.
But, that was outside of the quiz. Anyway, well done. That's a point to you against the house.
It's nice to win one.
Very impressive. As was this week's sharpness within the episode. I think 34 minutes and 30 seconds roughly is where we're at. And
Record.
we'll thank all of our listeners for being here for that half an hour, this short episode, Tinpot on tour. We'll be back again with another Tuesday release for the regular episodes. Andrew will be back for that, so you'll have the trio. Until then, you can follow us. The episodes are on YouTube, just as a reminder. You can find us on there. If you type in Tinpot Scottish Football Podcast, it should come up. The handle is at TinpotPod there and all our social media channels. If you drop us a follow, a like, a share, it all helps the channel grow. We appreciate it.
And turn on your push notifications as well.
Yes, thank you, Matthew. Push notifications tells you when the episodes drop.
Yeah, it does.
Hit the bell, as they say in the trade. And until then, see you later.
Bye.